Most of my workers are old. They're 40 plus, 50 plus. Sometimes it's a little bit hectic to deal with. I used to go to the job sites with the other companies too, so I have an idea of how things go. But sometimes I guess they just don't see that.
You don't have to be great at everything. If you own a construction business, you don't have to know how to install tiles and how to install windows. You being a business owner is you're taking a different role. Create the process, create the systems so that you could hire the right person. And once you start doing that, you're gonna repeat that for every position in your business. Then now you start growing and scaling.
Welcome to the Cutting Edge Show, a business and construction podcast. I am your host, Carlos Guerrero. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Cutting Edge Show. Today we have Alex. He's a business owner in Windows and Doors, and he has been in business for 5 years. The reason that Alex is here today is because he wants to learn about communication and learn about building his confidence. He's having an issue in his business, so I'm here to basically guide him and help him to get him from here to here. Alex, welcome to the show. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you.
Now, the reason that I want to ask you some questions is because a lot of people that are watching the show are probably where you are. Now, I want to go into your business and how did you get into business first? And who's Alex?
Well, I'm Alex. I do impact windows and doors. How I got in this business was I was just jumping from job to job, and I finally became a sales rep for a window and door company as well.
Which company?
Armor Windows and Doors
Okay.
and Luxury Windows and Doors.
Okay.
So I worked with them. I got all my knowledge from them. They showed me everything from advertising to the factory.
Nice.
They gave me all the tips. I pretty much learned everything in 6 months, and I discovered myself that I can become like a really good sales rep because I noticed that I came last, and I was like one of the top salespeople in those companies.
Okay.
So until like one day I realized that my skill was customer service and attending people and talking it out and trying to find a solution for the customers or explaining myself very well to them. And I didn't know I had that skill until I started exercising it. And within 6 months, I decided to go work at the factory for another 6 months.
Okay.
From there on, I was there 6 months. I also got knowledge from the factory owner that he guided me a lot through all this path. And then 6 months passed again. It was a year. And between those last 6 months, I opened up my company and went to the streets and started on my own.
Nice. So what made you take the leap of faith? Because, you have a job that pays you.
Correct.
Right? You're making a certain amount of money. It's providing for you and your family. What made you get out of the comfort zone and start your business?
I've always told myself that I got the customer service skill, so that was my thing. I love helping, people and stuff. I told myself after I closed that first deal by myself, not with the person that I'm going to give estimates with. Once I do it by myself, I think I'm ready. Once I closed out my first sale by myself, like going to the jobs, to the place where we're going to work, I was like, oh, I gotta take off from here. I did it by myself, and I felt very confident.
Nice. Okay, so it was the confidence that gave you the ability to basically go out and do it on your own.
Yes.
Nice.
After that first close by myself, and after like a week of talking back and forth with the client, I was like, oh, I'm ready.
Okay, so now you feel the confidence, you're ready to start your own business, you make your first sale. What happens next in your business?
It was throughout COVID, so throughout COVID, it was great.
Rough. It was great?
Yeah, everybody was complaining about it, and I'm like, this is working for me. It's like, COVID was amazing for me. Sales started just going one behind the other, and just all the sales were like catching up. All the people I previously talked to that I thought, oh, they're not going to buy it from me. They started buying from me. A guy that I talked to a year before in the other company got to me, so I automatically reeled them into my company.
Yes.
And so on. Yeah, it was pretty. COVID was great. That was what a lot of people, was bad for them, but for me, that's where I took off.
Nice. And I like how humble you are, and that's why people that's why you're a good salesperson and customers, because you're very humble, which is good, and you want to stay humble. Now, you made your first sale. You started. COVID did great for you. you started your business. You still a man owner? Do you have a team yet? What happens next?
Right now, yes, I do have a team, but I kind of feel like I'm by myself in a way. I don't know if that you can.
Yes, it makes sense. 100%. A lot of times, as a business owner, you can feel by
I've
yourself.
had people that I've showed the business to, and they left. They start on their own. Like at first, I would look at it like, "Oh man, he's leaving me," but then I kind of see that person growing with their own business too, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." It takes time to assimilate. Things at first, you're like a little bit upset that your best friend left you, but within time, you cope with it.
Correct. So, I mean, based on your questions that you answer, is like you're working with a lot with friends and family.
Yeah.
Okay. And not that it's bad, but at some points you have to basically separate the friends and family kind of thing and kind of, but we'll go a little later on that. All right. So now you're in business, you're working with friends. They left, some of your friends left you. What happens next? What was your lowest point in your business that you could share with people? The reason I'm asking this is because people want to learn from you, right? And a lot of people, maybe they're where you were 2 or 3 years ago. And that's what information I want to get. So in your business, what has been your lowest point?
My lowest point, I think it's been gathering up a good install team.
Okay.
I'm young. Most of my workers are old. They're 40 plus, 50 plus. So, sometimes it's a little bit hectic to deal with them, as they see you that they just see, oh yeah, you're a great salesman, but you don't know much about construction and all that, which means I actually do because I go to the job sites. I used to go to the job sites with the other companies too, so I have an idea of how things go. But sometimes I guess they just don't see that.
Yeah, and listen, at the end of the day, being a business owner, and this out for everybody, is that you don't have to be great at everything. You shouldn't. Matter of fact, you shouldn't be great at everything. You don't have to. If you own a construction business, you don't have to know how to install tiles and how to install windows. You being a business owner is you're taking a different role, right? So it's okay that they could think that, and that's fine. But then it comes the part that you need to have somebody in place that knows that part to replace and to make sure that that part is being handled for you as a business owner. So now, moving forward, what brings you here today? Like you are here because you want to get out of a certain situation. What is your biggest problem right now in your business that I could help you go from here to here?
I think my biggest concern and problem is separating myself from, like you mentioned, project manager, sales rep manager, accounting and receivables, somebody that'll be charging back and forth. Because right now I'm doing from here to here to here, and I'm involved with everything. I don't know, maybe that takes a little bit of time as well from me.
Yes.
But I would like to be more organized and more, you do your part, you do your part, you do my part, and so on.
Okay. So then in your case right now, where you are is that you're running a lot of hats. You're wearing a lot of hats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, in your business, are people wearing different hats as well? Like, what I mean is, like, is there another project manager, or you're the only project manager in your business?
I'm the only project manager.
Okay. You say you're also doing accounting.
Yeah.
Is there another accounting in your business, or you're the only accounting in your business?
The only one.
Okay. So how are you with cash flow in your business? Cash flow meaning earning money. Are you able to hire somebody to basically take those responsibilities in your business? Are you a little tight on money? How is your business going right now?
I'm able to hire somebody. I just haven't found the right person, to click with, get along with, because at the same time, you kind of got to have a good connection with the person that, you hire. And I guess I've just kind of looked into, like you said, I look more into like friends and family. Maybe I got to look out of that circle.
Because you say you have looked, but you haven't found the right person. Now I'm going to ask you, who have you looked for? What position have you looked for? And what have you done to find the person? Are you actively looking, or?
Right now I'm not looking. Usually I think one of my, not a mistake, but I try to have the secretary become a sales rep as well, just to increase, more money in the company. So I haven't really told the person, "Oh, you do this."
Yes.
So, I guess it takes time to kind of operate correctly and, through like the correct way to you do this, you do that, and everybody has their own responsibility.
Correct.
Right now, I just jump from here to there, and I guess I like it, but at the same time, I would like to be more organized.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do to get from here to here. But before I do that, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Now, what's happening here right now with him and a lot of you guys is that you get trapped in this mouse trap, right? That you're wearing all the hats. You're doing everything. You don't trust anybody to do what you're doing because
True, you don't trust.
Yeah, you don't trust anybody to do what you're doing. But then again, you don't have a process and systems to replace yourself. And then you get stuck because money's tight. You get stuck because you're so busy in the day-to-day activities, working in the job, that you don't really work as an owner. And then you fall into this trap, right? Oh, I'm a business owner. But you're not really a business owner. You have made a job for yourself that you're working more hours. You're putting more time and fears, more time and tears. You go through all this stress. You're working on the weekends. You don't have a balanced life. And then the money is not great. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're in something like that?
Yeah.
You have a business for 5 years and you have not been able to scale your business. And one of the reasons that most people cannot get out of the business, because number one, construction is a tough business to be in, right? You always have to look for the next customer. You always have to find the next project. You always have to estimate. So it's a tough business to scale. But number two is that if you don't have the right team, it's hard for you to delegate that work to the team. And most important, if you have the right process and systems in place, you're very disorganized. And every time you're doing something, you're doing it different. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the golden nuggets for you in your business. What you need to do first is that you need to do a list on a piece of paper. Everything that you do in your business today, like as a project manager, I do estimate, I go to the job sites, I do this, I do that. Do a whole list of everything, the activities that you do on a daily basis. Your list could be 2 or 3 pages long. From then, you're going to have to do, out of the whole list, you're going to have to remove the stuff that you feel that are not urgent or that somebody else could do it easily. And you're going to remove everything from the list. What this is going to allow you to do is that you're going to allow to basically create a new role so you could find somebody to take on that responsibility. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then when you're reducing your activity, now you need to basically put your time and efforts in creating systems and processes for your business that are going to help you get the person that you're going to bring in do their job easier. Hey guys, let's take a break. If you enjoyed this show, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also, for more information, link below. Let's go. And actually for you too, Easter, do you have any programs that you use now?
No.
That's why you're very disorganized. Like you guys have to look into programs to help you save time, because time is the most valuable thing that you have in your business. And if you're not being able to create a process and system with technology, like for example, for project management, there's so many softwares out there. We use actually BuilderTrend. That is a scheduling platform. But it helps you stay organized. It helps you put a detailed schedule. It helps you with that part of it. And there's so many stuffs out there. But you have to bring in those processes to your company so that you create a process and system so that when you bring in the right person, you don't have to trust them. You just have to train them to use the system, process and systems. And by them using your process and systems, your step by step, the trust is immediate as long as they're following the process and systems that you're creating for your business. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But it starts with you, the business owner. And the problem is that if you don't write everything down and you don't write a process and you don't give the person that you're going to hire the right equipment to use, how are you ever going to trust them? You're not. Because you have to give them the recipe for success. Only you, like for example, like you said, you're a great salesperson. Okay. What makes you great? Only you know what makes you great, right? But the only way that you could basically make another great salesperson is by you basically copying yourself to them. And how do you do that? you basically create the step-by-step that makes you great. For sales, you should have a sales process in your business. What does the sales process in your business look like? Somebody calls you. Hey, Alex, I want my windows. What happens next?
I look for the availability to give them a free estimate.
Okay. So step one, free estimate.
Yeah.
Right. So now, how does that free estimate come up? Do you go to the job site? Do you come back to the office? How does that look like?
Go to their house, or if they have their sizes, of course, they send them out to me, and I'll be able to give them a.
Okay, so
a
you
price.
go to the house and then you give them a price right there and then?
If I can in the process, yes. If not, most of the time, I take it back and I take my time and,
And you do the estimate and then you send the proposal to them?
Yeah.
Or you call them? Do you show up to the house again?
If they want to meet again, of course I show up, but I usually email them, let them know, hey, I emailed you the estimate. If you have any questions, get back with me.
And then what happens next?
I usually let like a week go by, and give them some time, maybe 2.
What do you think you gave them some time, maybe 2?
To look over the estimate, think about it. I'm not really like the follow up like the second day of just sending them the estimate.
So what you just described to me, that's called your sales pipeline, okay? So what you want to do is, for everything in your business, you want to create a sales pipeline, a project management pipeline, an estimating pipeline. You want to create a pipeline because your job as the expert is to basically train somebody, bring somebody in that you could train to follow your process pipeline that works for you. Does that make sense? That's really what you got to do. But the problem is that you have to put that time and effort into those things. Because if you don't make a change and you don't put that time and effort, which I think was leadership, confidence, communication, but it is also very important time management. You as the business owner need to know where to put your time. And another thing you need to do is you need to kind of figure out, okay, when I'm going to be wearing my project manager hat, when I'm going to be wearing my sales manager hat, when I'm going to be wearing my accounting hat, but most important, when I'm going to be a real business owner. That a business owner's job is to basically create systems and process to build the business. Like focus on new revenue, focus on new business. And then eventually once you get bigger, then you hire somebody to basically do that for you. But you wanna step yourself out of the day-to-day routine and at some point become a business owner so that eventually you could step out of the position. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions?
No, actually, yeah, that's a good point. I like that idea of kind of stepping out and creating a pattern system of how things should go.
Yes, and only you know, because you know what makes you great, right? I can't tell you what makes you great, but you have to put it into a process. But most important, if you could if you could use technology systems to make it easy for people to do and save time, it's even better. And there's a lot of stuff out there, by the way. There's a lot of stuff out there that you could use.
Yeah, that's true. I need to get out of that mindset because it's kind of like a mindset that I'm wearing every hat right now.
Yes, and a lot of people watching this, you guys fall into this trap, into that rat race, and then you get. It's called like a bad habit almost, because you get into this habit on, okay, I need to do the project manager, or I need to do the sales because I'm the best at it. I'm the only one that could do it. And that's not true. At some point, if you really want to break through, go from here to here, because your business, you've been in business for 5 years, and based on your numbers, you're not really scaling where you want to scale. The only way to scale where you want to scale is you have to build a team. You can't do everything on your own. And right now, the biggest problem that you have is that you don't really have a team. You have a bunch of friends and family that work with you that are probably making very little money, that they're not really excited to go to work. So if you, the leader of the company, cannot create a process and systems that are going to get people excited, why they're going to come work with you and why they're going to stay with you, most important.
True.
But that starts by you creating a team, a process and systems. Then you could work on the team. Then you could work on the cultural values, the mission of the company. And it's a long process, right? But you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. So my tip to you today is create the process, create the systems so that you could hire the right person. And once you start doing that, you're going to repeat that for every position in your business. Then now you start growing and scaling. Questions?
Thank you. That was a good way of thinking it.
Good. My pleasure. And guys, by the way, if you're enjoying this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Maybe you have somebody that needs this information. Maybe you need this information. And by the way, we also have a business cutting edge mentoring that we actually help you with more. We help you with mentorship. We have online programs. We have a lot of information for people like you that want to grow in their business. Because what you need really is you need help. You need help from somebody that's already been there. You need help from other people that are doing it. You can't do it on yourself. And the best investment that you could do in yourself is invest in yourself. I'm going to leave it with that. Sounds good? All right, guys. Well, can't stop, won't stop. Let's go. See you the next one.
Hey, if you want to be part of the show, go to cuttingedgeshow.com. Link below. See you soon.